So, you know, she taught my sister how to make spaghetti, and she taught my brother broiled chicken, and what she taught me was London broil.
I love London
With
broil.
the secret family ingredient. Would you like to know what it is?
What is the O'Donnell family secret ingredient?
Well, I will give you a hint, Rachel Ray. Who made the salad?
Oh!
Me and 7 C's!
Me and 7 C's!
Do you
It came
remember
with the
that?
shaker!
Yes.
It came with the shaker!
Do you remember that commercial?
I love that.
Yes, this has been around since I was a kid. Back in the
7 C's.
Who made the salad? Me and 7 C's was the commercial. This is the secret ingredient. It's don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
Did they teach you this?
My mom taught me this. She said, stab the London broil with the fork.
Your mom, I hope she's watching over us, because it took me till I was 40. A chef for this show came on and did the fork stabs
Are
all
you
over.
kidding?
I had no idea.
Well, did your chef teach you what my mother did? She kept saying, stab it,
Yes.
stab it, stop, flip it, and stab it, stab it, stab it. See? This way it gets in. And then you don't use this sparingly. You shake it up for no reason because it's all going to get anywhere anyway. But you pour the whole thing in
And let
there.
it go swimming.
Let it soak and swim.
It's the 7 C's. It's doing the backstroke.
Exactly. Who made the salad? Me and 7 C's. So you take this saran wrap, which I only learned recently had a cutter thing on it, right? And you make sure
You were just pulling at it and
yelling at it, and then it would get stuck, and I would say, this damn thing, not realizing it was me. You put this in the refrigerator.
Let it hang out.
Overnight, and I love your fridge.
Thank you very much.
And then, magically, the London broil jumps into a yellow plate. I don't know how it does that.
It looks good in yellow.
It looks better in yellow. Yeah.
It looks lovely in yellow.
So then the next day, your London broil looks a little bit browner, but don't let that freak you out, because that's just the marinade and the being in the fridge.
And you're doing its thing, and it's starting its cooking process. The marinade is starting to break down the meat and make it nice and tender, and that put together with the stabbing of the fork on both sides of the meat, I mean, you're good to go.
Yes. So what we would use was this brownie pan. Now, I don't know if technically that's how you're supposed to cook London broil.
You can put it on a broiler pan, thus the name London broil, because you're broiling, but you would lose all those great juices, so I think the brownie pan is actually quite a nice choice.
Excellent. Well, we would use the brownie pan.
Because then you get the drippings.
Right. Now, we're going to cut it on this.
Okay.
On a cutting board, which, frankly, we didn't have in our house, so we would just cut it on whatever we had. Here's the thing that made it different. This is the London broil. You take it out. You pour all this juice into a little cup like this. So
I got you.
Okay.
I'll find something.
God, she's so prepared. Isn't it lovely? You say what you need. Look, she's there doing it. Could you move in with me, Rachel?
Absolutely.
Talk to your husband. You can have your own wing.
Absolutely. He can visit. I can play with the kids. We
Bring
can
the
cook.
dog. Bring the dog.
Can craft and cook.
Now, here's what would happen at my house that was kind of sad. This would be the London broil, and we would cut it because there were 6 people, 5 kids, and my dad. We would just cut it in chunks. Chunk, 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 chunk. And everybody would fight over who got what chunk. Across the street, Jackie, my best friend, her mom had an electric knife.
They're so cool.
When I had to cook, I would go across the street and borrow their electric knife because it makes the dinner look so much better.
If you slice it, and you know this, right? Slice it against the grain. The lines in the meat, that's the grain. So you slice very thin against the grain.
And what's the reason for against the grain?
So that it's nice and tender and it's easier cutting and it won't shred up on you.
Okay. Do you need
Because if you
this?
cut it this way, it's going to shred up and fall apart and not slice nicely for you.
Oh, baby. Go! You got a power tool.
That's a
Do
little
it.
bit of a power trip.
Whoa, honey.
Oh, my gosh.
Now look at that.
That's exciting. I know why. I know why people buy power tools. Here, try it. It's so fun.
Now, I want
It's so fun.
You can so tell that you're a cook because you just grabbed that meat and moved it. Did you see it? She's like, no, I was afraid to touch it. I'm getting the fork. Like, let me do it right. No, all right. I don't even need the fork.
No,
I'm going
you
to do
just
the Rachel
there
Ray
you
way.
go.
Look how nice it is.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
And, you know, instead of a chunk, Rosie, when you spread out, look, when you fan out,
yeah,
a whole big bunch of meat now, doesn't that look like so much more?
Not only does it look more, but it tastes better when you dunk it.
Oh, do the dipper?
Know? Do a dip. Do a dip.
I'm going to do a dip. You do. There's a fork there if you want to use a utensil, but...
No, why on this show? That's why I love this show.
Mm.
You know, if it was Martha Stewart, she'd be using sterling silver.